Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, Jackie's Travelog. So in this video, I'll be sharing my experience booking a hotel in Tokyo and also how I schedule some beauty treatments ahead of the time. So if you're planning a trip with some self-care along the way, please stick around.
Put your money on the backseat.
So for this trip, I decided to stay in Ginza because honestly, it was all about shopping, eating, and then pampering myself a bit. So Ginza is perfect for that. It is super chic, full of high-end stores, beauty salons, and some amazing food spots. So let's start with hotels first. I'm gonna be super real with you. I booked mine kind of last minute, only 3 weeks before my actual trip. So yeah, definitely trying to book as early as possible, especially in busy areas like Ginza. I probably would have more options within my budget if I had booked earlier. So I use Expedia. Probably many of you know that website. I really like the website because they have a wide range of hotel options, and then you can collect points with each of your booking and then later on use it as cash. I ended up booking the Royal Park Hotel in 6 Troman section in English. Super convenient location right near the subway, which is a huge plus when you're getting around Tokyo. My friend actually recommended a loft, which was literally across the street from my hotel. It looked really cool and modern. There were also other familiar names like AC Hotels and Courtyard by Marriott right nearby. So location-wise, they're all solid picks. But by the time I checked, AC was fully booked, and then the other was just a bit over my budget. I also passed a really nice hotel called Hotel Grand Bach, which I'd already seen on Expedia. It looked really sleek and modern. And then there's another Japanese hotel brand called Misui Hotels. It's a well-known brand. There are like 2 locations in the area, the Gardens, and also the other one's called Millennial. So Millennial is newer and it's a bit more upscale. So I saw some mixed review about the room sizes. That's kind of why I wasn't really totally sold on both of them. In the end, it really came down to the Hotel Grand Bach and then the Royal Park. I went with Royal Park for a couple reasons. So first, it's relatively new, and it was actually built by Mitsubishi. It's a company that I was familiar with through their car brands. And then secondly, the review said that the rooms are more spacious than the most Tokyo hotels. And lastly, the biggest reason, it has a public bath, which is something I really wanted to experience while I was there. So yeah, that's how I picked my hotel. Overall, I was super happy with the location, also how convenient it was, especially for getting to all my beauty appointments. Here's a quick peek at the check-in counter at our hotel. So we booked a corner room and it actually had this little hallway, which turned out to be super handy for putting our luggages and shopping bags. And then the sink was outside the bathroom, and then the 2 bags basically kind of took up the rest of the space. Honestly, the room was pretty small compared to hotels in other countries, but it had what we needed, so I guess no complaints there. And then now I really have to talk about the toilet seat because wow, Japan really takes bathroom tech to a whole new level. So the seat actually warms up and it plays sounds, and yep, it even washes your bottom if you wanted to. And the best part is that these high-tech seats aren't just in hotels, they're actually everywhere, even in public bathrooms. So I'm not gonna lie, when we left Japan, besides the food, the thing I miss the most are actually the toilet seats. So there's no joke here. And then, so here is the public bath at our hotel. It's on a lower level, and then you need kind of a separate key card to get in. But it's just such little cool little bonus for me in terms of the whole hotel experience. And then finally, just a few quick shots of Ginza. It's all shiny, skyscrapers and city vibes, but kind of what really blew me away was how insanely clean the streets are, like spotless. So if you're heading to Japan and want to book beauty treatments like haircuts, nails, facials, massage, all that good stuff, you need to download this app called Hot Pepper. It's what all the local use, and it's honestly a lifesaver. But now here's the thing, it's only in Japanese. But don't worry, here are some easy ways to go around it. So what I do is just take screenshots and run them through Google Translate. Or if you have like a second phone or tablet, use the live camera translate feature. It is super helpful and way faster. And then when you're signing up, it will ask for a Japanese phone number. Just typing a random one usually lets you go through. So that's not really a big deal. So yeah, definitely get the Hot Pepper before you go. It will make booking beauty stuff in Tokyo so much easier. I'm a big fan of Japanese nail products, especially Pearl Gel. So it is a gel system that doesn't require filling your natural nails. So it is way less damaging and perfect if you get your nails done quite often. So before my trip, I used the Hot Pepper app to look for salons in Tokyo that offer Pearl Gel. I added as a filter and it really helped to narrow things down quite easily. I ended up booking with a place called Lee's 10. So they had lots of great reviews and tons of photos showing their past work. So that made it really easy just to know what to expect. You can also filter by design styles, check real customer reviews, and then just scroll through the menu to see what services they offer. So one thing I love about this app is that almost every salon has a first-time customer discount, which is perfect for travelers like me who might not be coming back for a while. So I picked my design and then added the Pearl Gel as an extra, choose my time, and then book it right there in the app. It's super simple. And then here's the final look. I'm very happy with how it turned out. Japan's honestly one of the most stylish places when it comes to fashion, and that includes hairstyle too. So back in my university days, I used to binge watch Japanese dramas and I have always loved their whole aesthetic. So while I found a few Japanese stylists here in Canada, a lot of them kind of leaning towards more like a Western style now. So this time in Japan, I really wanted to try that authentic like Japanese salon experience. So I used the app again to book a salon called Air in Ginza. Super easy, you just pick what service you want and you choose a stylist. So we went with Yuka. So my mom got a perm, color, and some highlights. I went for this hair treatment. So that's supposed to make your hair look smoother and like shinier, which my mom called it like 智商税, basically like beauty tax on intelligence, but whatever. Like I felt so much better. I also got a haircut the day before we flew back home. And yeah, here's how we look after everything. Care is super common in Japan, especially for people who work a lot. There are actually two treatments here that are pretty unique. One is called plaster mask, and then the other is called the small face correction. So I chose the salon based on these two services. So my salon, it's called R1 in Ginza. So now if you're thinking about trying the small face correction for the first time, just a heads up, it hurts like a lot. But I've always wanted a smaller face. It's like a thing for people in Asia. So I pushed through the pain, hoping my face would look better on camera. And then here's what I look like after the treatment. So my skin definitely felt super hydrated and glowy, which is awesome. But as for the size of my face, well, I think that's more kind of up for debate. I think it's pretty subtle, but I think it made a bit of a difference. But the best part is it's actually way cheaper here than facial back home in Canada. So if you're into like trying out facials and want something new, I definitely recommend giving it a shot. So if you're not loving your eyebrows, you need to try eyebrow treatments here in Japan. My mom and I usually go to the Benefit Brow Bar in Sephora, but the tint there only lasted about like 3 weeks, which isn't great and a bit annoying. I'm unhappy with my brows, but my mom kind of hates her pointy ones and really wanted that Korean straight brow look. And also her brows are a bit uneven, so she wanted a tint that lasts longer. I noticed that many nail salons in Japan do eyebrow treatments as well, so we try Lee's 10, which is the place where we get our manicures. And wow, like the results were great. And then the tint lasted about 2 to 3 months, which is pretty impressive. So check out her before and after. If you want long-lasting eyebrows, Japan is definitely the place. Totally recommend. So if you're into eyelash extensions, I gotta tell you about my experience. So I got my first time in Toronto before my China and Japan trip, which was done at a Japanese salon. So I went for the classic natural style, about 60 to 70 lashes on each side. And after 2 weeks, almost half of them fell off naturally, which I thought was pretty awesome for my first time. I'm just curious how the local salons here in Japan do it. I booked a refill. So quick tip, there are 3 types of lashes: mink, flat, and sable. So mink is the most basic one, but flat and sable, they're considered premium. So in Toronto, you'll pay like extra for the premium ones, but not here in Japan. And then since I've got monolids and pretty thin lashes, I went with sable. They're softer and lighter, and they look way more natural. So I went to this place called New Line Eye Plus, and then honestly, it was way cheaper than in Toronto. So here is the final look. If you're after a more natural like lash vibe, so definitely check out the salon here in Japan. You won't regret it. that's it. Thank you for watching. If you found it helpful, please give a like and a subscribe. Next up will be my final Japan video. I'll be sharing some amazing food spots and then shopping places. You won't want to miss it. Stay tuned.